Hello FlussTube, my name is Tamara, and today's video is going to be one of the first series of the cross-stitch stash. Yes, I feel ready to film and to show you what I have in my cross-stitch stash. The thing is that when I started my YouTube channel, in my first videos, if you will go like far away in the beginning, I filmed what I had at that time in my stash. At that time, yes, it's past tense. Because since then, a few things changed, meaning about my stash. I think that I found myself as a stitcher. I realized what I like stitching, and I noticed that in my stash I had quite a lot of designs which were bought because I was influenced by eBay, because I liked the designs, but but I wasn't ready to stitch them, because there are such things. When you like the design, you admire it when seeing it being stitched in a YouTube video, but you don't feel that you want to stitch that design as well. So I picked very carefully the things which I wasn't ready to stitch. I spent a few months analyzing if I really don't want them. I sold them, and I kind of cleared out the stash. Yes, since then I have been buying more things, other things, but I tend to think that these are the things which I want to stitch. So showing what you have in your cross-stitch stash, it's the kind of video I like a lot watching. I know it's work to take everything out, to like speak a lot, showing all these things, but I like watching those videos, like when some of the stitchers show them. That's why I thought that it's going to be useful for me after I think it's more than 3 years and a half since when I filmed such videos, to film and to have for myself as well memories of what I had in my cross-stitch stash, for example, in the end of 2022. And I'm curious that if in the next, I don't know, 3 years and a half, I will change my mind, or I will continue stitching these things. And I decided I will, of course, film in parts, because I wouldn't say that I have a lot, but still I have quite many things to show to you. That's why I will divide them in parts, I hope logical parts. And I decided to start with the kits I have. Then I will go to the charts, because some of them are completed, meaning that I bought everything what I need for that chart to stitch the design. Some of them are not completed. So the kits, the first brand whose designs I have the most, this is Dimensions. And I will start with the gold collection. I mean not the petite, the big one, the big gold. And I'll continue with the other ones. I hope that in one video I will fit all the dimensions I have, because I still tend to think that I don't have so many kits. So the oldest ones I have, I'll start with the oldest ones, which don't come in the usual like packet, you know. So this is a Portrait of Elegance, such a beautiful lady, which I like a lot, the design, the lady itself, and how they framed it. This one comes in this kind of packet. I had Lily Sampler, which I already stitched, and there are a series of designs which I thought that which I like a lot, which are rare. I purchased them and I'm ready to stitch them right away, because they were a cross-stitch dream, I would say. So this is what it is inside. This one was purchased from eBay more than a year ago. I'm not sure. I won't tell you the time. The time when it was bought, because if they were bought like some time ago, I cannot remember exactly when. This one comes on even weave. It's Monaco, if I'm not wrong. It's beautiful one. I don't intend to change that one. It has beads, not the usual gold beads. They are gold, but they are different, you see. And the threads were already arranged on the organizer by whoever wanted to stitch but didn't stitch. I'll have to check if they are arranged correctly and stitch it when the time comes. Then I have a few designs which come in the bags. These are very old, this way of packing the designs as far as I know. And usually the designs in bags, they come expensive. This is Sweet Nectar, which was a very great wish, and which probably is going to be the first to be stitched from the Dimensions kits I have, most probably after the new year, when spring will come, because still these are such nice colors, springy, flowery. And I can show you how it looks inside, because usually they should be sealed. By the way, this is the only one which is not sealed, but I checked everything inside. It seems that everything is okay here. So here is the 18th count cream Aida. These are the threads, the gold, some gold threads as well. Nice one. And I said that this is going to be probably the first to be stitched. Then I have two designs which were purchased quite recently. This one we bought from eBay, from the same seller, and they were a bit pricey, I would say, but my husband agreed when I told him that this is going to be my cross-stitch present for my birthday and for Christmas. He said, okay, say it as you want, just take them because you want them a lot. So this is Chateau Royal, not very often stitched, but this is a design which I like quite a lot, and it has quite a lot of threads. Also it has this kind of golden beads, and it has 14 count cream Aida. I tend to change the Aida for many designs, I'll tell you honestly, because I like very much how the stitching looks on linen. That's why. And the cream color of linen is very easy to find. This probably is one of the easiest to be found. And the second one is Elegant Tapestry, which is quite popular and is quite expensive. I managed to find it for a less expensive, I would say, price, that's why I bought it as well. I like this one a lot. This one comes also on cream Aida, which is 14th count, and these are the threads, a lot of threads. And this one comes big when being stitched. It says that it's going to be 17 when 21. You see? I don't know. Maybe I'll make it the count less, meaning like 32. I'll see. Time comes and I'll see. And the last design, Her Majesty's Carousel. This is a very girly design, I would say. Girly colors. How to show you like this. I wouldn't have been interested about this design if I wouldn't have seen it being stitched. It looks very nice being stitched. So after seeing it, how it looks like, of course I bought it because this one is a very beautiful one. So also it has the beads here, the colors. These are very nice pink colors. And again, cream, kind of 14th count Aida, big count of Aida, that's why I said. And you see, in this case, there is a lot of space which is not stitched, and I think it's going to look much nicer on linen than on Aida. Then I have the usual packs, I used to say, although this one is not an unusual pack because it was a very yellow, very old pack, and it was broken in several places. Okay, I understand that the seller from eBay wanted to sell it how they say, in the original packing, but I didn't like that one. I threw it away and I just put it in such a pack. That's why it looks like this. So this is Thunder Ridge, very beautiful one. This one is on navy Aida. I don't have many designs on dark fabrics because I stitch quite difficultly on dark fabric, so it takes me more time, and I like have to be more concentrated. I have to work out my eyes much more. So that's why the designs which come on dark Aida, I mean navy or black, it means that I really wanted, really liked those designs. That's why I bought them, because as I said, not a lot of them. So here they already arranged the threads. I have to check again if it's correct, but I saw it being stitched. It's exquisitely beautiful. Then I have quite a lot of designs like this in this kind of shiny packs. So this is My Lady's Chateau, quite famous, quite stitched. Again, I like this one. It's bought a long time ago, but this is a design which I'm not ready to give up ever. At least this is what I say now. These are the threads. This is how they look like. Beautiful one. This is Regal Tiger. I think this one is out of print. I'm not sure. Bought it from our eBay. Just saw it and I liked this design. That's why when I saw it being on eBay, I bought it. You see this kind of organizer. I think not a lot of the designs have this kind of organizers. Then I have Galloping Horses. This one was bought in 2015 from eBay, local eBay, UK eBay, and at that time this wasn't an out-of-print design. Now it is. I remember buying it for very little money because for the price they were asking for, I remember that at that time eBay gave me a voucher of 10 or 15 pounds, so I had such a discount, so it was super cheap. Don't even believe it. I know that this one is quite difficult to stitch, so it's not an easy stitch. Although the water, as far as I remember, they were saying that the water is not an easy stitch, but they are very beautiful, very beautiful. Then it's Ellen Mailey's Gracious Era. Again, this is a design which I like a lot. Not ready to give up this design. Very nice. This is how it looks like. I don't open this kind of designs because I know what's inside, and they have a tendency, once you open it and you take away to look at these things, they are how would I say, you cannot put them like this back. They don't look so neat. Then I have Woodland Winter, which also was bought like quite a long time ago, but which is a great design and I'm not ready to give up to it. I saw it being stitched, of course, is beautiful. 14 count white Aida. I know that the stitchers who stitched it, they said that it's not a very happy thing to stitch the background. They're being stitched nicely and interestingly, but the background is a great thing to stitch, but the result of the ready work, it looks super nice, very nice. Victorian Elegance. This is what I bought not a long time ago from 1 2 3 Stitch. I think this is a reprint because I know that this design is being sold even in those bags which I sold you, which I presented you in the beginning, which is a great thing that they reprint the designs. This one comes on also on even weave, such a beautiful even weave, beautiful color, white beads, pearls. And the ribbons, because this one has ribbons and cranings, everything is inside. I know this, it's quite a fast to stitch this one, but the result is exquisitely beautiful. It's very nice, this one. And the last lot, yes, the last lot. I don't have so many gold collections, big gold collections. This is the Finery of Nature. This is also a reprint. I liked this design when it was out of print, but it was being sold for much money on eBay. That's why I wasn't buying at that time being. And when I got an email from 1 2 3 Stitch that they have it in stock, the reprint is in stock, I bought it like immediately because I wanted this one a lot. I know again that this one is not an easy stitch, first of all because it's on black Aida, and I said that black fabrics are not so easy for me, they are not my thing. but the colors are extremely beautiful, and there is a lot of gold. Probably there is much gold like inside. You have to make how it's called, when you keep the thread on the top and you adjust cording. There is a lot of cording, but it makes the work very beautiful, very, very beautiful. Then there is Silent Flight, which I said that I'm going to stitch and give it as a present for my son, as well as the tiger, but because I think they are quite, you know, like boys designs. They're nice. Not very often stitched, but I saw it being stitched, and it looks, of course, beautifully. The idea here is this kind, and it's 18th count. And quite a lot of colors of threads. If you can see there are 3 pellets. Quite a lot, I would say. This would be the last big gold kit which I bought. The most recent one. This is Roadster Santa. A great one. Very glad that I managed to buy it. This one doesn't come on the organizers, and it has also the gold beads, and it's 18th count white Aida. By the way, speaking about this kind of thread organization, I don't mind either of them. Of course, when they come like with these pellets, it's easier, because it's easier when you start the project. You don't have to organize yourself so much, so you save some time. If they come like this, you have to pay attention, and you have to organize the threads to make sure you organize the correct color. Honestly, for me, it's not a burden to do it. For me, what's important is to have this great wish of stitching the design, because if you want to stitch the design, I don't think that half an hour or an hour, or I don't know how much time it takes for you to organize the threads, is going to be an impediment, and you'll like say that no, okay, I don't stitch it anymore because I organized the threads 45 minutes. So for me, it's okay. And the last one, which also is from Gold Collection, but I don't know if it's how they say, really gold collection. This is Playful Snowman Ornaments. I have just this kit of ornaments. I like more, I mean, from the Gold Collection. I like at least 3 of them, but all of them are out of print, and I'm not ready to spend much money on kits for ornaments. With all due respect to the ornaments and the Christmas, still these are ornaments, you know, because when you stitch such a design and you frame it, it's one thing, but when you stitch these ones, you are like finishing them as pin keeps and you are displaying them on your Christmas tree. This is another thing, so I don't think it's worth spending so much money for the ornaments. That's why when I will decide that I want to stitch them, I will probably purchase the charts, because there are only charts being sold, to how to say, make the conversion from DMC, from dimensions threads to DMC threads. For time being, I am not ready to purchase none of them, and I'm not ready to stitch none of them. So this is how they look like. This is a lot of white, a lot of blue, but in future I will see. So this is the only kit with ornaments which I have so far, and these were all the kits from the Gold Collection, big kits, Gold Collection kits. And the next I wanted to show you, this is Gold Collection Petites, and Gold Collection Petites I have just 6, and so far I have been stitching 5, and I have one which I want a lot to buy, and that's it. Yes. The thing is that with the Gold Collection Petite, I have a thing. So the first I have been stitching, this is 4 designs of the beacons. There are 4 beacons, they are quite famous. And I stitched them, and after stitching them I understood that I don't like very much the Gold Collection Petite from the point of view that they are small finishes. They come 5 by 7 in inches, but they are difficult to stitch, meaning that the design itself, you have to spend a lot of time. They usually come on the 18th count. So I spent a lot of time stitching a small design, and I can spend exactly the same time stitching something bigger, kind of something like this. I don't know if I'm expressing myself correctly. The thing is that I wasn't ready to spend so much time to stitch a difficult design and have such a small finish. Yes, you would say, but what about the Just Nan, because they're also small and like, you know, but that's different. I don't know how to explain it, but that's different. That's why from the gold collection petites, all of them which I had, I just left the ones which I still like, I still want to stitch. I bought 3 more which I liked and I wanted a lot. There is still one, and that's it. So from the 3 I bought, this is Enchanted Cottage. Here it is. And this is how it looks like. This one is out of print, that's why it's quite a thing to look at him, but nevertheless, I'm going to stitch it. This is Splendor at Night. Such a beautiful one. Again, this is on Navy Aida, but it's a beautiful design, so I'm not ready to give it up. The third design would be the Portrait of a Lady, which I stitched this spring. So that one was also a great wish. I bought it, I stitched it already. And the one which I want and is in my wish list, this is Cozy Glen, but I cannot find that one. That one is out of print and probably is that rare that nobody is selling it. So that's why most probably that I'm going to stitch that one from scratch. I will get the chart. I was promised the chart of that one, and I'll try to stitch it with dimension threads, because there are many colors there of threads, but not many skeins of threads, you know. And there is a great chance that I would have those threads from the leftovers of other stitched dimensions. So I have the chance of having that one stitched with original dimension threads from an original dimension chart. It's going to be on linen, not because anyway I wanted to change the Aida, the 18th count Aida into 32nd count linen, and hopefully I'll have that one, hopefully. Okay, so the rest of them are what I haven't sold because I still like and I still want to stitch. So this is these 2 designs. Why do I present them as 2? Because I consider that they come as a pair, and if it's going to be possible to frame them in the same frame with the same mat, it's going to be great. I saw such a framing and it's beautiful. So this is Voyage at Sea, such a design, and this is Mariner's Light. This is the one. It has a charm here, and that's it. Then it's Dreaming of Tuscany, which I also like, and I like the small variant, even though, if I'm not wrong, Dimensions has this one in petite point or needle point, don't remember how it's called. There are other Tuscan views through the windows from other designers. If I'm not wrong, Jean Lin has something like this, but I still like the small one from Dimensions. That's why this one stays here, because I'm going to stitch it. And the last one is Travel Memories. Yes, when it's about butterfly and it's about Eiffel Tower, I cannot give up. I cannot give up this subject. That's why this this design, that's why this one is going to stay. I saw this being stitched. It's extremely beautiful. I like the colors. I like everything. So this one, yes, also stays. And that's it about the gold petites, the small ones. Now it's going to be something of the how do I say, different, because they don't get into any of the categories, or I mean that I don't have more than one of this kind of designs. So this is Stone Path. Bought it quite recently. Such a beautiful one with hummingbird. I hope I will be able to stitch it and finish this one, because stitching it on Aida and working out the edges of the Aida, I don't know, I think still it's frightening for me, but who knows, maybe it won't be. I'm still thinking of replacing it on a plastic canvas. And I would still want this one to be as a fabric mat, but I still would like, how do I say, I still would like a frame for this one. I don't know, I'll see, but the design is extremely beautiful and I bought it because I really like it. Then I have a Charts and Charms, which I bought recently and showed it recently. This is the only one Charts and Charms I have. This is Bejeweled Prancers, and in the video about purchases I said that I see it as a pair of this design. I already had this one when I found this one. This one also was a wish of mine, so I saw it being sold and I purchased it. And it has, of course, just the chart and the charms. Then I have bows. I have just two. They are Debbie Mom's bows, and these are the two designs which I liked the most, because I'm a seasonal, how do I say, stitcher with the seasonal displays, and I would have preferred to have more, but honestly the Christmas ones which I saw being sold didn't like. That's why I bought the two which I like the most. This is Honey Home Sweet Home. Beautiful ones. This is how they look like. Pretty simple. They were open, so this is how I bought them. And this one, A Country Welcome. This is Autumn. And I thought about the following thing. That I'm going to stitch one of them or both of them to see how I have to finish this into a bow, and then most probably that I'm going to create my own bows, meaning that I have I saw on Instagram a Christmas bow being stitched with elements from the French cross stitchers, you know, Veronica Gingère, Hélène Lebert. They have beautiful like small subjects and they make kind of a collage, you know, like 3 or 4 they stitched here and one here. They were extremely beautiful, so that idea I didn't give up that idea for Christmas, but I have to learn how to finish them. And here there are all the instructions. That's why I would like to make at least one of these ones to see how I have to like make the finishing and maybe make my own bows in future. Not my own, how do I say, my own variant of bow, let's say so. Then I have such a big one. This is needlepoint. This is from the Sunset series. It's needlepoint. This one was bought because I saw a stitcher stitching it on YouTube, and this one is extremely beautiful, and liked it a lot. It has a lot of specialty stitches. This is more about specialty stitches, you know, this one. And these are the threads, and this one extremely big. That's why I'm thinking of stitching it like soon because it takes like space to deposit this one. And when stitching you'll see that this one is really beautiful. And the last one I want to show you, this is a chart. Yes, it's the only chart I have. It's Karen Avery again as a designer. As seasons change, this design dimension sells as a kit, but the kit comes on printed fabric, which I don't like at all, and that was the reason why I didn't buy that kit so far. And when I saw this one being sold on eBay as a chart, I bought it immediately, and this one is stitched in DMC, so great. Very great, I would say. Very beautiful. I am a season fan. That's why I think I'm going to stitch it. I don't know if pretty soon, but for sure I'm going to stitch this one. And this was everything from the department of Gold Collection Petites and different kind of, how do I say, other different kinds of dimensions. And the last part, which I wanted to show you, this is the dimension kits which come from the Simple collection. The interesting thing is that I have even more kits from this Simple collection than the Gold collection, because I like quite a lot of designs from this collection. You see, when we speak about dimensions, for me, it's not important that the kit is a Gold collection. For me, it's important the design. If I like the design, I'm buying the design, no matter which collection it is part of. So let me start with a vintage kit. This is Winter Wonderland. This one was bought quite recently, like this year. And this kit resembles me very much of a kit which is on printed fabric. And I don't buy kits on printed fabric. And I was very happy when I saw that this one comes on counted cross stitch. That's why I bought it. So this is the white 14th count Aida and the threads. They come simple. This one comes simple. They usually don't have beads, don't have golden threads. So if you want to add, you add them from yourself. Then I have two kits which I think they are kind of a pair. Two girls in the countryside with hats. One is with geese, the other is with sheep. So this is how they are called. It's girl tending sheep and girl and geese. This one I think are very nice when being stitched. They are very vintage. And the stitching itself, it won't be hard because they don't have a lot of stitching. How do I say? They have different techniques here, like back stitch, long stitch. I'll see when stitching it, but I think it's going to be very, very nice, these ones. So the colors are also, look at this yellow, this blue, this green, they are extremely nice. For sure I'm going to replace the Aida for linen, because I have more linen than even with. This is this one, the colors again. It's orange also, it's so bright, nice, very nice. The French lavender, which was bought quite recently, wanted this kit, found it, or the kit found me, and I bought it. This is how it looks like. It's this thing is printed, and beautiful, beautiful colors. Stitchers say that this lavender is not an easy stitch, but nothing is impossible. This is Paris Hydrangea, which was bought some years ago, and this is from the series of kits which was bought some time ago, and which I'm not ready to give up because I like them very, very much. This is how it looks like. Extremely beautiful color of threads, very beautiful, very nice. Then I have such a Hollyhock Cottage, which I haven't seen. It's a vintage design. I haven't seen being stitched by anybody, but I like it quite a lot, and it's nice. This one, by the way, I remember being sold for not a lot of money because the Aida is damaged, and I bought it because I was sure that I'm going to change the Aida for linen. I don't need this Aida, so this works perfectly for me. I like it a lot. You know, when I'm looking at these kits, I'm thinking, okay, I want to stitch this. Okay, I want to stitch this. The Woodland Deer. This one I wouldn't have been buying if I haven't seen it being stitched. This is very beautiful. It's quite a recent release of dimensions, and it's nice. It's very nice. Comes on white Aida, and the threads, I wouldn't say it's a lot. You see, quite a long organizer, but not a lot of colors on each of them. This is also a recent purchase. This is Simple Treasures. This is, by the way, Cooler Design Studio, and this is designed by Sandy Wharton, if you didn't know. And this is a very beautiful sampler. It's quite popular in stitching. You'll find it stitched on YouTube, Instagram, and it's beautiful. Honestly, it's very beautiful. It's being sold on 123 Stitch. I bought it from there, and it's not expensive. So if you want this one for yourself, try to look for it. Very beautiful. Then Lovely Victorian home. I also like this one for a while. This is an out-of-print design, if I'm not wrong. That's why I was waiting for it to pop up for a good price. Found it and purchased it. This is how it looks like. This one, nice. Then the Winter Geese. This one was an out-of-print, and then they made the reprint. Mine is from a reprint, by the way. I like it very much. I would like to stitch this one even this winter, if it's going to be okay, if I'll manage, but I'll see if I'll manage. Then I have such a vintage design. Saw it being stitched and I liked it a lot. Also, it's a C design, and also was bought with, you see how the Aida looks like. And again, I purchased it because I know for sure that I want to change the Aida for linen. So I needed the chart and I needed the threads for this one. That's why I purchased it for a good price. And what do I have next? Like this, I have Dawn of a New Day. This one I remember being purchased several years ago from eBay, the local eBay. I don't know now, but at that time it was out of print, but it wasn't how to say, expensive. And of course I purchased it right away because it was a great wish of mine. Yeah, everything is inside, not a lot of, that's it. I remember this one, by the way, is stitched in one thread, so the count of the fabric is 14 and it's stitched in one thread. And I remember the stitchers who stitched it, some of them say that it's beautiful because yes, it's very kind of airy, how they call the design, because this is how it's thought to be. The others don't like. I know that they try to stitch in 2 threads, so I don't know how I'm going to do this one. When time comes, I'm going to think about it. How I am going to stitch this one. This is Hummingbird and Hibiscus. Also not a recent purchase, I would say. I love very much Hummingbird in stitching. Don't like all the designs, of course, but there are designs which I cannot go by, and I buy them, I purchase them, so this is one of them. Again, this one comes on Black Aida. Where is it? It's here. It comes on Black Aida. I'm not going to stitch on Aida, first of all, and maybe I'm going to change the color of Aida. Yes, it's going to be also, how they say, dark color, but not the darkest dark. I don't know how to call it. I'll see. I see how I'm going to change it, but not on black one for sure. Then I have Peace in the Country with this beautiful nice angel. I don't know why for a lot of time I was convinced that this is Debbie Mom is the designer of this, or is the, yes, the designer, because it says designed by, but it's not Debbie Mom, it's Carol Andress. And this is also, when being stitched, this one also, it's a very nice design. I know that the leaves of the trees come in Lazy Daisy. The ones who stitched this design say that this is a very quick stitch, not a difficult one, and not quick, not difficult one, not long one. It's a quick stitch, and it's a beautiful result for a quick stitch. The next one I have, it's, again, I call it a pair. So this is vintage samplers. This is the linen sampler, and this is the pretty patterned sampler. It was quite a run for these designs because there was a time when they were, so there was a time when they were sold very cheap, then there was a time when they went expensive and you couldn't find them. So expensive and rare, I would say. And then the spirits calmed down and they again started to appear for normal prices, and I waited, and then I purchased them. So this is how it looks like, this one. And this is how this one looks like. I say that they are kind of pair because if you look at the materials, you'll see how much they look alike. They come on the same raw linen, but the linen is kind of, you know, very, very raw. This is how raw it looks like. And the color of the threads, if you'll pay attention, I think they look quite the same, the color of the threads. So pretty happy that managed to purchase this pair of samplers. And it seems that we have the last two, and there is Garden Hummingbird. Yes, again a hummingbird. I like very much this design. Haven't seen it being stitched anywhere, haven't seen it in anybody's purchases. Like, this was a find on eBay. I just saw it, fell in love, bought it. Hope I'm going to stitch it soon. This is how it looks like. Pretty nice, very nice. I like it a lot. And it's dimensions, but it's from the old Sunset series. And the last one, also it's a kit which I purchased back in time, and which I still love it very much. I won't give it up because I like it a lot. As far as I know, this one was released. It was being sold not for a long time, and then they took it out of print suddenly. Because I remember somebody was looking for this one to buy, and they said that this one is a hard find. I was like, wow. And this is it. So these are all the dimensions, kit, charts, everything I have in my stash. I wouldn't say it's a lot. It's real in the next, I don't know, 20, 30 years to stitch everything. I don't say that this is all. I won't have any more dimensions. Yes, there are going to be more dimensions, but of course not so many and not so often. Yes, I hope I'm going to be able to stick to this decision of mine. I hope that you liked the video and you enjoyed the one part of my stash. That's why I'm waiting for you in my next videos. Until then, bye bye.